This was a really good, well-played, hard-fought college basketball game. For as tough as both teams played, to have 7 turnovers each team, this was high-level, high-quality basketball. Every mistake we made in the first half, they took advantage of. I thought in the second half, we were so good at being able to find and do a better job of contesting three-pointers. They were 6 for 11 in the first half, and they were 1 for 10 in the second half till they made the last one at the buzzer. And it's a credit to our kids and how they listened at halftime, how they compete together. And again, it was a true team victory. We don't win without this guy here, Deshaun. And obviously we don't win without the other two, Jamal and Chase. And that's what we've been all season. So we're proud to represent our university, city, and conference in the championship game tomorrow. And whoever we play, we will compete and play hard. But this was a well-played, hard-fought game against two teams who both should be in the tournament. I'm a strong believer you reward for what people have done, and Colorado State has had a magnificent season, and I hope that they are in the NCAA tournament.
Thank you very much, Coach. This time we'll open up for questions for the student athletes.
First question for Jamal. You got in some foul trouble early. You spent some time on the bench. You were still able to score a game-high 19 in only 30 minutes of play. What allowed you to be effective even though you were in that foul trouble?
Just feeding off my players. The bench played real good. Deshaun came in playing real well. Garrett played well. So what drive me to come in playing like I have been was just the bench. Like I said yesterday, we drive off each other, and I drive off them today.
And then follow up, your three-point shooting, or your outside shooting at times has been criticized. Coach Colorado State said they wanted to force you into some of those, and you're able to hit them early. What allowed you to be effective from the outside, particularly early on today?
Oh, just hard work. They gave me more space than I normally have, so it made me comfortable of shooting the ball. And when you knock the first one down, it always makes it comfortable for the next one.
Kevin Lyle, Rocky Mountain Collegian. You guys, I'm sure, saw or watched tape on Pierce Hornung. Was able to dominate yesterday inside the paint, but he was more effective today. What were you guys able to do to kind of control him?
Nothing too much. We were just focused on boxing out and getting every rebound that came down, because it came down to defense that we thought would win the game. So everybody just took their assignments on boxing out and being strong and grabbing rebounds.
Kevin Lyle, Rocky Mountain Collegian again. Coach talked about it a bit, but they shot really well from three in the first half. Second half, you guys held them to only 2 3-pointers. Did you guys change anything defensively, or was it just shots stopped falling?
We just came in halftime saying we got to get a hover hand on the shooters and stay in their footsteps, and I think we did that by running them off threes and making them drive to the basket. And Garrett and Deshaun was altering shots when they was going to the basket, getting them key blocks, and that just helped us out in the long run.
Corey Slee, North County Times. What is about the second half, Chase? Your game seems to take off.
That's the final 20 minutes of the game, so you got to be on your A game. And we went in the locker room. Teammates were confident in me coming out, said it's going to be your half, because I didn't have a very good first half, and I got some key baskets, key layups that's got to be started. And then from then on, I just felt comfortable coming off the pick and rolls, finding my teammates, and just like Jamal said, we feed off each other. So I was just getting a lot of adrenaline from my teammates' plays and my plays on the defensive end.
Back here.
John Castanino with the Fox affiliate here in Vegas. Chase, Jamal, can you guys just comment on a potential matchup against UNLV and how much you would relish the opportunity to try to beat them here in Vegas again?
We can't really decide on what that's going to happen, but we're looking forward to playing either one of the team. They both beat us, but we can't really decide that. They have to decide that for us. But they're both two good teams, so they have to battle out to see who we have to play tomorrow. We're just going to sit here and watch and see.
Any other questions for our student athletes? Oh, back here.
She don't got no blood, though.
Andrew Morales rushed the court. Deshaun, when Jamal got in foul trouble early, he came off the bench along with Garrett. Just talk about what Steve Fisher asked of you in that role.
Well, they were doing pretty good, all right, at the start, but Coach Fisher just basically tells us to go in and don't let up. So we just try to keep it at a level of good play that we can, and we don't want to bring it down and make it seem like the bench isn't bringing as much support as they're supposed to.
Okay, we'll dismiss the student athletes at this time. Thank you, men. Now take questions for Coach Fisher.
Coach Kyle Glazer, Victorville Daily Press. You had 3 guys score at least 15 points tonight. Just talk about that balance and how you guys were able to spread the ball around.
We all season long have been a team that has won in a variety of ways. We've won primarily because we've done a good to really good job guarding. Offensively, as the season wore on, Jamal became more and more an offensive factor and has become the leading scorer of the team. Yet, we got a lot of guys that can play and can make shots, and you saw that today, and the people we play know that. Chase is a scorer. He can score in a variety of ways. He can make hard shots. Rayhan is more than a catch-shoot player. So you get guys that get opportunities, and they're going to make shots. Xavier stirs it all up for everybody. He gets into the paint and finds people, and so they kind of feed off one another. So it's a nice community affair, and all of them can do what they did today. We got 5 guys, I think, averaging close to double figures.
Coach, you've been through these conference tournament wars quite a bit, and you see a lot of teams don't really need to win to make the tournament. Some teams don't need to win to be a number 1 seed. How do you approach these games? It seems to me like you approach it like you approach every other one.
We do, and I think sometimes rhetoric maybe is there just in case something happens when you play. I can't think of a player in America that goes out there with people in the stands playing somebody else that doesn't try their hardest. And that's what we've done. And we talked a little bit about us and a responsibility to ourselves to come out and be as good as we can be. We want to play tomorrow. We're not worried about not having a deep bench and not having legs. We want to be playing. We want to be that last team standing here in this Mountain West Conference, and we're going to be having a chance to do that. But we've always felt that way. And this year, we're going to make the tournament. But our heart and soul was into winning this game today to have a chance to win the conference tournament championship.
Augustine Gonzalez, Aztec Sports Report. Coach, watching Deshaun Stevens this season, it seems that he got better each and every game. Can you talk a little bit about how he's improved this season and also what he meant coming off the bench today?
Deshaun, and I've said this before, is as nice a young man as you could possibly ever hope to have in your program. And he's a neophyte as a basketball player. So he should get better. And he should get a lot better between now and a year from now. I think he tied or had a career high in rebounds today. When he, when he just says, okay, I'm going to let my athleticism be a big part of what I do, he's good. He's still learning how to play. And that's up to him and us to help him grow on that. But Deshaun has made improvement because Deshaun is a quality guy that wants to get better, never resents how much he plays, what's said to him, and he's got qualities that have really allowed him and us to be good.
Let's go back here first, and we'll come back. Back here. Go ahead.
Coach, you, in the first half, put Jamal back in with 2 fouls, and early in the second half, both Jamal and Tim picked up their third very, very early in the second half, and you left them in. Can you talk about your decision to do that?
When he got his second foul, I didn't, to be honest, I didn't realize it was him that had got the second foul until he came sprinting over, screaming, "Don't take me out, don't take me out," and we immediately took him out. And then Mark Fisher told me, he said, you got to go tell him you're going to put him back in. So I went down and said, Jamal, I'm putting you back in the first half. You know, somewhere 10-minute mark, I don't know, you're going to go back in. Cheer your teammates, relax, and be ready to go. And then in the second half, I couldn't take him out when he got the third foul. I mean, I would never, I didn't want to take him out. We told him, you got to be smart. And I thought they tried to attack him when we were switching screens, and all of a sudden he gets on Green or one of the guards, and I think they tried to take him off the dribble. But he did a pretty good job of not fouling. Once or twice at the expense of giving up a layup, but he did a pretty good job of staying in the game.
Right here.
Coach, all three guys that came in off the bench and played minutes for you were solid performers today and give you solid contributions. Could you just talk about their role, especially when you have 3 games in 3 days like you do here?
We don't have a lot. We got 9 guys on scholarship, and we've been playing 8, and the 8 that played performed. The guys that came off the bench. The ones that the stats look a little bit better are Deshaun's and Garrett Green, our 2 big guys. But LeBradford Franklin came in and did a really, really admirable job for us at the point. He made a huge 3 in the corner, guarded effectively. So we got solid play off the bench, which is what you have to have, and what you should have with Division I players that are good.
Back here, Coach.
Coach, same question I asked your players, but can you talk about another third matchup potentially with UNLV? You had 2-point games already this season. What do you think this next game, if the Rebels make it, would be like?
We've had great battles with UNLV, and they've been, most of them, to the wire. And last 2-3 possessions, last possession, either team could win. If we were to play them again, it quite probably could go that same way. We've played New Mexico. Both of these teams are really, really good. And we had our hands full. We beat Vegas at our place on a buzzer shot. They beat us here. We beat New Mexico at their place by 5, and it was really more than that. And they beat us at our place by about 8 or 9, and it was every bit of that. So I don't think it matters to any of us who we play. We're just excited and happy that we're going to be one of the teams playing it. But I do know whoever we play, we'll have our hands full and then some.